Today, I'm going to show you my top 3 favorite AI tools that have changed everything about how I run my business. And today, we're going to be running through exactly how to use NotebookLM, Perplexity, and Google Gemini. And here's the crazy thing. All these tools just got huge updates, like brand new features that just dropped in the last few days and weeks. And NotebookLM can now create slide decks and infographics for you in one click. There's a 1 million context token window. It can do deep research, acts like your own personal researcher browsing the web view. Perplexity just made their Comet browser free, and that used to be a paid price per month. And, it connects to your Gmail, your Notion, your calendar, does tasks for you whilst you sleep. Additionally, Google Gemini 3 just dropped. Crazy time, right? And it has something called this vibe coding feature where you can build like voice agents instantly. You can create tools pretty much on the spot and on the go. I've done that many times during live streams. I'll show you exactly how to do it today as well. And plus, you'll see a brand new AI agent that can, for example, like book your flights, organize your inbox, and manage your calendar. You can even build tools for you on the go whilst you're searching on Google. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how to use all 3 of these together. I'm going to show you my exact setup. I'm going to show you how to build some automations live. And I'm going to give you the templates and prompts that I use every single day inside the AI Profit Boardroom. Plus, we have a Black Friday deal for that. And if you have any questions as we go along, feel free to ask. And if you're someone who wants to use AI, but you don't know where to start, or you've tried a bunch of tools and got it to work, or you just want to save time and get more done without hiring anyone, this one is for you, my friends. Stick around, because by the end of this, you're going to see exactly how a non-technical person can use these 3 tools to basically run their business on autopilot. Let's get straight into it. If you have any questions as we go along, feel free to ask. So you can get access to NotebookLM at notebooklm.google. You can get access to Gemini at gemini.google.com. Just make sure that you have 3 Pro switched on. You can also get access to this for free inside AI Studio. And AI Studio is like a vibe coding tool where you can build stuff on the go as well. You can see, for example, here, we've created many different apps, as you can see, like a keyword generator, ASEO content writer, Tube Genius Creator, Nano Banana Thumbnails, Julian Goldie Script Gen, Goldie Agency Voices Agent, Ola Gemini Spanish Tutor. These are all apps that I've built. And guess what? I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to code, but I can build tools on the go using Google Gemini. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do it along with NotebookLM, and also how to use Perplexity today as well. Let me tell you what happened to me last week, because it's pretty wild here, right? I woke up on Monday morning, checked my email, saw that Google had just released Gemini 3 with this brand new vibe coding feature and an AI agent. And I thought, here we go again. Another update, another thing to learn. Because here's the truth. I used to feel like I was drowning in AI tools. Shiny object syndrome. And every week there's something new. Every week someone's telling me I need to try this thing or that thing. This guy on Julian Goldie is saying every tool is insane, right? And I download it, play with it for 5 minutes, get confused and move on. I felt stupid, to be honest with you. And I felt like everyone else was figuring this stuff out apart from me. And I remember sitting at my desk one night at 2 a.m. trying to figure out how to connect these different tools together. My eyes were literally burning. I was frustrated. I thought there has to be an easier way. And that's when I made a decision. Instead of trying to learn every single AI tool that comes out, I'm just going to pick a few, the best ones, and I'm going to master those. I've basically picked 3 tools that I absolutely love. NotebookLM for research and learning, Perplexity for finding information fast, and also Gemini for actually getting things done. And here's what's changed. Last week, when Gemini 3 dropped with the new agent feature, I didn't panic, I didn't feel overwhelmed. Instead, I opened up and said, organize my inbox and draft replies for anything urgent. Right? And in about 10 minutes, you can go through your emails. You can sort them by priority. You can organize everything for you. You can use stuff like Google Flows to help you with that as well. And then I can open up NotebookLM. And I can upload a bunch of research documents or even my latest YouTube videos for a new project. And instead of spending days reading through everything, I can click on one button and create a full podcast style breakdown for me. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that too. And you can listen to this stuff whilst you're making breakfast, if you eat breakfast, or maybe you're intermittent fasting. Whatever you're doing, you can use this. And with Perplexity as well, I needed to research a topic for a client. And instead of opening like 50 tabs and getting lost here on Google, you can ask one single question, get it source cited, and answer in 30 seconds. Boom, shakalaka, you're done. All right. 3 tools working together, saving hours every single day. And the best part is that you don't need to write a single line of code, right? You don't need to be technical. You can just talk to these tools like you're talking to a friend. And that's what I want to show you today, because I know what it feels to be overwhelmed, to think that this AI stuff is too complicated, to worry that you're getting left behind. But the truth is, these tools are built for regular people now. They're built for solopreneurs like you. They're built for business owners who don't have time to learn programming. And once you see how they work together, everything changes. And that's exactly what I teach inside the community, like the AI Profit Boardroom, the specific systems, the exact prompts, the automations that you can just copy and use. So let me show you exactly how this works, all right? So we're going to go straight into NotebookLM. If you've never tried this, here we go. You can just get free access over here. And then you can see all these different tools that were built. Cosmos says, yo, good to see you here, Cosmos. Thanks for joining. I like these lives to be interactive just so I can fill in the gaps. And if you have questions, or if I miss something out, or I mess something up, or I don't explain something properly, just tell me as we go along. I think that's one of the best ways to make YouTube videos so that it helps as many people as possible, right? So you can see here inside NotebookLM, we've got a list of my notebooks, featured notebooks shared with me, as you can see. And if we go over here, this is interesting. Someone shared the Google I/O event with me. That's pretty cool. So if we go over to my notebooks, you can see all these different notebooks that we built, right? And these are all like custom trained AI chatbots that we can start using. Lord No Face says, we locked in on X. That's what we're talking about, Lord No Face. Cosmos says NotebookLM is great. I 100% agree with you. Mr. NASA says, happy weekend, Sawadee Krap. If you're watching and you don't understand what Sawadee Krap means, it means hello in Thai. Hello to you too. It's always good to see someone else in Thailand on these live streams. I'm going to keep going through now. So if we have a look through these, we've got these different examples right here, right? And Crystal says, I love NotebookLM video preview, infographics, and slide decks are my favorite features. I love the mind maps, says Cosmos, docs and presentation features. So we got a lot of NotebookLM fans. I think we've hit a popular topic here, which is great. So what you can see over here is I've uploaded this document on the left-hand side, the sales SOP, and this is like a super long, boring document that I would love my sales team to read, but honestly, in reality, they're probably not going to read the whole thing, or they just don't have the attention span. And if you are a closer that is good at selling SEO, feel free to get in touch with me because I always love to hire new sales reps. But you can see here, this is a long playbook on how to do SEO, right? So it's 90 pages long, super long. Most people are going to struggle to get the information from that. So it's okay, how can we condense this down? How can we get it down shorter so that we can get the best results possible for our team? And what we can do is we can download that, or we can actually just copy the link, and then we can go back over to NotebookLM, like you can see over here, and just plug that bad boy in. As you can see, that's the source. You can rename and remove the source as well. That is one of the best ways to use this. So for example, here, I can click on add source. I could upload the sales recipe if I downloaded it. I could copy the text in if I wanted to as well. Or probably what's easiest, if you're using Google Docs, which a lot of solopreneurs are, then you just go to Google Drive over here, right? But the main thing is here that you're building like a training system that's custom tailored to your business. And instead of paying some fancy software to do it for you, or paying some agency to handle this for you, or for example, going out there and trying to spend hours to figure it out, don't worry about all that. Just go into NotebookLM, add it in, boom, shakalaka, you're good to go, right? And you can see you got the source on the left-hand side, you got the custom chatbot in the middle here, and then you've got all these different options on the right of like previous stuff that were built. You can even, for example, create stuff in different sources. So you can see here, for example, we have a podcast in Chinese. I'll come on to that in a second and exactly how you can do it, right? So for example, here, we can say, okay, you can say, okay, give me the sales script readout, right? And basically that's going to source through the inputs, aka the source, aka the sales SP that we plugged in. And then from there, we can start getting the script. So you see here, it says, all right, thanks for, as soon as I write, okay, arrive 5 minutes early, address one level up from your clients. Hi, client name. This is rep name. Let's just find this. It's scrolling down for me for some reason, but I'm just going to go back up here. And this is quite a technical sale, but we can break it down with the sales. You see here, it says, okay, hi, name. This is name from Goldie Agency. How's your day going far? Blah, blah, blah. Glad to hear it. Okay, here's what we're going to do. So it breaks it down, not just into what you're going to say, but also a framework, right? So this is the introduction and rapport building section. Then, for example, we have the discovery phase. And after that, we have the current strategy and pain points. And then from there, we have the past experiences and blah, 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 right? It tells you exactly what to say step by step so you can get results. And you can condense something that is 90 pages, like you can see right here on this particular playbook, right? And we do need a long sales process. Like, we have to explain, and then anytime we explain something in the sales process, we just put it into the playbook. But the problem is it makes it super long. So if we go back to NotebookLM, now we can condense it. People can skip straight to the bit they're interested in. It's a very lazy way to learn a new process, and it's incredibly easy. Okay? Now, on the right-hand side here, if we pull this up, so we've got the sources, we've got the chatbot in the middle, And then we have all these different sections over here. So for example, we have the anatomy of a high pressure playbook, right? And if you actually open that up, that is a video that we've created and generated using NotebookLM. Now I'm just going to play that back so you can have a little cheeky listen to it. All right. So if we go over here and we click on this particular video and we go full screen on this bad boy.
Today, we're going to dissect a document that's part
so you can hear the audio narration on top.
instruction manual, part manifesto. We're peeling back the curtain on a standard operating procedure. The document itself keeps comparing its process to a recipe, and the author is crystal clear about this. You have to follow it step by step, no shortcuts. They actually warn that if you skip even one single step, you could ruin the whole thing. So what's in this recipe? We're going to break this whole playbook down layer by layer. Let's start with the most visible part, what they're actually selling, and more importantly, how they pitch it.
So you can see here how it's narrating the whole sales SOP, condense it into a 7-minute video. The sales rep could actually just watch that as an onboarding video and then understand it. But the main thing to note here is you can easily ask questions, you can easily get help, you can break everything down into whatever you want. For example, if we go through this video, you can see as well it's designed and it's narrated, and it takes all the key points of the sales SOP and then uses that to...
In this worldview, that's just an opportunity for a truly great closer to prove how good they are.
And then we can download that. We could send it to our team. They can understand what we're talking about as well. We can also generate outputs in separate languages. So you can see, for example, we have a Chinese version of the podcast. And so you can see like you can create multiple different languages over here. And then you've got like this infographic option where you can actually create infographics and mind maps based on presentation. So if we actually go on the results down here, you can see all these different versions. So you got like video. You have the mind map, right? If we open up this mind map, I'm just going to X off the podcast here, we've broken down the sales SOP into the different types of sales that we can do, right? So mistakes to avoid, the sales manifesto, our service explained, useful knowledge, discovery, objection handling, email straight after the call, etc. The main point to note here is that you can easily break anything down into any sort of learnable format. So that is the way that you can use NotebookLM. If you want to generate any of this stuff, you can click on audio overview or video overview or mind map or reports or flashcards, quiz, infographic, slide deck, right? And then you can see all this. Now, this is just one tiny little example. There's many more things you can do here. So for example, you could also take the latest AI news and then plug in all the relevant videos you want to learn from on YouTube. So let's say, for example, there's loads of different creators that create videos about AI and you want to learn from them each. And then you can turn that into a video. So you can see over here, we have this video. If we play over here.
So a new AI just dropped that's already outperforming human engineers. Let's dive right in. And get this, that shocking claim is from a researcher at the company that built this new AI. And this isn't just talk. They built a full custom business tool in under an hour. And the numbers don't lie. On the absolute hardest coding tests, it's just destroying everything else. So what makes this thing such a huge leap forward? Let's break down what's new. For starters, it completely flips the script on how you can build tools for your business. You just tell it what you want. It understands your goal and handles all the technical stuff. Absolutely. The whole process is designed for people who don't code. Let me show you. It's literally a 3-step flow. You describe what you want, it builds it, and boom, you use it. This means you can go from just an idea to a working application.
So you get the idea, right? You can easily turn whatever you want into some AI news. And then also you've got this really cool infographic option. Now, the infographics are pretty mind-blowing because the text is perfect, right? And the design is pretty much perfect. It's better than most human designers could do. And I do see that AI is getting better versus everyone else at pretty much everything it does at this point. We're at a stage now where you don't need to worry about using a human designer. You can just use AI instead, whether that's Nano Banana directly inside Gemini, or whether that's, for example, infographics inside whatever you want to use, right? And so you can create not just like learning breakdowns. So this is great for learning the AI news or sifting through information quickly or training your team, etc. But one of the other coolest things is that you can actually use this to generate marketing materials, right? So for example, if we took this particular infographic and then we save that image down here, so we're going to save that, we'll hit download on there, right? And then if we go over to something like X, we can actually just go into X and then take that infographic image. Let's grab that from downloads, upload it here, right? So we've got the infographic like perfectly designed right here. And then here's the other cool thing you could do. So you could take that infographic, right? Copy that, go back into NotebookLM, as you can see over here, X of that, paste in you can go over here and say, okay, give me a short Alex Hormozy style tweet with an amazing hook and then just whatever the infographic is about. So this is about using Claude Opus 4.5 to talk about how mind-blowing Claude Opus 4.5 is, right? Plus, simplify it to third grade level, plus talk about the what, not the how. And then we can easily start using this to generate it. Cosmos says the infographic is something I get to do. Yeah, I love the infographic feature. Is absolutely insane. It is insane. And then Mullo says, good to see you here, Mullo, by the way. I saw you here the other day. I like to listen to the podcast. It makes and interrupt it. Yeah. If someone's watching this and not sure how to do the podcast and interrupt it, I'll show you how to do that in a second. But what we can do over here is we can go over to Claude like this. We can say, your best engineer just got fired. Claude Opus just beat every smart human who took the hardest building test ever. It builds complete working apps whilst you eat lunch. You don't need to know how to build these things. Just tell it what you want using words. And you just edit slightly. Simple result. You can now with tools and automate tasks. You can bet this can't, saving you research time. And maybe you want to put like a little alarm here. You got to use the Brave key as well. There we go. Boom. And you can easily create these infographics. So you could post that on, for example, LinkedIn, YouTube community, Facebook groups, whatever you want. The whole point here is that you can easily design and create infographics and marketing materials. It could be the video, it could be the infographic, it could be the podcast, whatever you want, right? And you got a full marketing machine. Bear in mind, you can use NotebookLM up to certain limits for free as well. And then you don't have to worry about that, right? Think Get Access says, why don't you have access to the infographic feature? You just click on that, right? If you want to generate an infographic, it's pretty simple. Just click on that and then it will generate an infographic for you. Hey, how to make beautiful websites with AI. Awesome. I'm glad you asked because we'll come on to that in a second. There's another really good tip here from Cosmos who says, I found this Chrome extension that can allow you to download my maps as XML, etc. NotebookLM My Map Extractor. Nice. So you can actually download the My Maps now as well, which is pretty cool. And then how to make very beautiful websites with AI. All right, cool. I'm glad you asked. So what you can do, I'm going to show you an example here. So let's say, for example, you have the copy or you have the page you want to redesign, right? And you want to create a beautiful website, right? What you can do is there's two ways you can do it. You can build it from scratch or you can take existing content that you have. I would recommend that you take existing content that you have, like you can see on this sales page right here. And then you can use that to start generating the website using AI, right? Now, one of my favorite ways to do this is if it's a simple landing page, then you can do it inside Gemini, right? So you can go inside Gemini here, make sure that you have thinking switched on, which is going to allow you to use 3.0 Pro. And then you're going to say, okay, redesign this in HTML. So it's more beautiful, modern, plus rewrite the copy to the third grade language, plus Alex Hormozy direct response style, right? And then we can go to tools. You're going to make sure that you select Canvas so you can actually preview it. And then you can hit submit like. Now there's another option that you can do here, which is that you can go to antigravity.google.com. Sorry, antigravity.google. I've actually got full training inside the AI Profit Boardroom. If you go to, let's have a look here. If you go to the AI Profit Boardroom, and then you go to new anti-gravity IDE, I have a full video training on how to use this stuff and a full recipe over here. And also have a full training on Google AI Studio for building websites too. So with a bunch of tools that I've built. But if we go over to anti-gravity, you can download this for free and then you can start using this for free. I think they are going to introduce pricing plans, but right now you can get it for free. So you can see here, whilst it's in beta, it's only on the free plan. The team plan, the enterprise plan are not available, so there's no paid option right now. You can only use the free plan, just to be clear here, all right? I don't have access. I've heard a few people say this, that they don't have access. But yeah, if you don't have access to the infographic option, then you can just go inside Nano Banana as well, right? So you can go inside Gemini instead, like you can see over here. You can select create images using Nano Banana Pro, like you can see. And then from here, what you can do is you can paste in the information that you want and then use that to create the infographic. Let me show you an example. So if we go over to YouTube, and I'm just going to grab a transcript from a recent video just to show you how this works. So let's say, for example, we want to use Claude Opus. So we go see, we're going to click on here. We're going to take, just show transcript functionality. Some people want to say we go back to Gemini, plug in the information like this. It might be a bit too much context window actually for Gemini, but let's see what we get. Yep. And then we can say, okay, create a beautiful infographic for this. And we've got the transcript below. You can plug in whatever you want. It doesn't have to be a video transcript. I just want to show you an example. I'm not going to take the whole script, otherwise it might overload the instructions, right? You could also approach this a different way, and you can say, okay, go on to search the web, research Opus, and then from there start generating. But either way, you can see how you can do this, right? VoiceCode says, I wasted my whole day today using anti-gravity, help from Comet. All right, I'll show you how to use anti-gravity in a second. But you can see here how we've built the infographic literally in one click, right? So you see here it says AI-powered landing page redesign called Opus, old landing page, new landing page, boom, right? And that's taken the transcript from the video. So you can create infographics directly inside Gemini Nano Banana if you don't want to use NotebookLM or if you can't use NotebookLM, okay? And then what you can also do here is you can say, okay, upscale that to 4K. Right, and that will just create a better quality image, because you see here like it's a little bit like blurry. It's not the cleanest design, right? So what we want to do is just upscale it to 4K so that it's much higher quality, and then we can use that to generate better results, right? So let's wait for that to load. But basically this solves your problem with Thinker Access. If you can't create infographics on NotebookLM, no problem, create them inside Gemini, and then we have the upscaled version right here, as you can see, right? Pretty simple and easy. So what else we got here? What about the research you saw in your notebook to a machine? Yeah, so like basically you can, whatever you want to create a tool about, right? You just go to create new notebook and then you plug in whatever you want here, right? So for example here, you can plug in the sources, the information, copy text, etc. And then you can start using this right here, right? And that's basically how it does. So any source, any topic, any particular result, any business strategy, anything you want to learn about, you can just plug in as a source on the left-hand side and then start using that to generate the outputs over here. So that's how you reduce it. VoiceCode says only add bad results. Which one is better, Google AI Studio or Anti-Gravity plus Firebase? So it depends what you want to do. If you want to code locally, then obviously Anti-Gravity is really your only option, or you could use Gemini CLI as well. So if people are not sure what I'm talking about here, you've got different options for vibe coding, right? So for example, you can go over to AI Studio, and inside AI Studio here, you can start coding out, right? If you go inside aistudio.google.com, then you scroll on the left-hand side, then you click on build. From here, you can start building, right? So you can, for example, create a Nano Banana powered app, and then you can say, okay, create an infographic machine where I tell you what I want you to research, you research it, and then create an infographic with Nano Banana, right? You could do that. That's how you can do it. And when you're doing that as well, you just want to make sure that you add Google search data. So Nano Banana, Google search data, Gemini Pro preview, and then inside here, you would describe the tool you want. So for a very basic tool, for a one-page landing page, etc., this is great, right? For something simple. So we can say, okay, create an infographic generator that searches the web with Google based on my topic, and then generates a beautiful infographic design using Nano Banana, right? And then you can hit build and you can start using that to create the tool, right? But if you want to build something bigger or more complex, then you would use anti-gravity. How would you do that? So you can open up anti-gravity. Just going to share my screen for that right now. So here's an example, right? This is anti-gravity. This is the local coder that you can use as well. This is again powered by Gemini 3. And from here, you can start using this, right? So if we go inside this section, we can say, okay, run this, or let me preview this project, right? I've already built code out, as you can see inside this section. So we've already got the code ready to test, and then we can hit enter. Now actually use the agentic Chrome extension and the Chrome browser to open it up and preview it, right? So it's analyzing the code. It's going to use Gemini 3 Pro low to set this up inside the browser. You can see it's running it locally on a port. Again, I don't know how to code, but you can start using this to generate the outputs, and then it will start running the terminal command for you. So it just, you basically talk in plain English on the right hand side, and then it opens it up as we can see over here, right? So for example, you can see the page over here that we've just generated with Google Anti-Gravity, right? If you want to see more about that, I've got tons of training inside the AI Profit Boardroom, but you can see the landing page right here. This has got the information. We scroll down, we've got all of the stuff down here, and we're living the dream, all right? So that's basically how we do it. And so you can see how we can quickly generate a mock-up of a landing page using this process, and we did it in literally like one click, right? Super easy and simple. And the page looks super nice as well, right? So anti-gravity is really cool for building this stuff out. Just make sure that you're using the Gemini Pro API when you're building this stuff. If you use, for example, if we go back to anti-gravity here, let me share what I'm talking about. So if we go back to anti-gravity over here, you can see the full page, what it looks like, right? So this is anti-gravity. And then if you wanted to start, say, a new project, all you do is you go to like new window, right? We can close the original window like this, open up anti-gravity as you can see. And then if you want to build like a new page from scratch, so for example, maybe we're saying, okay, which one is better, Google AI Studio or anti-gravity? So if you wanted to build like a new website from scratch, which anti-gravity is better for than AI Studio, because you're building something bigger, and so you're going to have multiple different files and you want to switch between them and code it out locally so you can save the progress and come back to it quicker. Then you can go into anti-gravity like so, open up a new folder, create a new folder over here. And so we'll just put this as SEO website project, hit open. Now we've got the page. And then inside the SEO website project section here, we can just say, okay, create an SEO website for an SEO agency. Now, obviously, like you would give it something more complicated than that normally, but because we're on a live stream and I'm just doing it on the go and improvising this, then I'm going to create something super simple so that you can see how it works, right? You can see how it's building out right here. So that's how you use anti-gravity. If you're having problems with it, just check out the AI Profit Boardroom. If you need support, jump on the coaching calls. And you can see this is coding out, right? So that will take a little while to do, but that's basically how it works. And then if we come back to Google AI Studio and that tool that we were building out a second ago. So again, Google AI Studio is just better for coding out simple stuff. Then we're going to go to that window over here, open this up. You can enter the topic like this, and you just enter whatever topic you're interested in talking about, right? So for example, here, we can type in the topic. I'm going to put, for example, NotebookLM. Hit generate. That's going to start researching the web based on Google search data. It may not work perfectly first time around because we've literally just given it one single prompt, which is very simple, as you can see in the top left. But we'll see how that performs. So it's now researching the web using Google's API data. It's found and researched that, as you can see over here on the left-hand side. And now it's designing the infographic on the right-hand side, right? So we've got that infographic. You can actually edit and refine that, or you can download the infographic here. And then if I share the infographic that we've created, you can see the infographic that we've created on this side, right? So NotebookLM, your AI research system, here's the summaries, key features, here's the visual storytelling, right? And the text is perfect. NotebookLM, your AI research system, summary. And all the content actually reads properly, and it's based on the research that it did itself, including like the dates and everything else that it was created. So you can see how simple and easy this stuff is. What else we got here? So Think Access says, I tried to use that, but I have a problem where it looks like it's building fine, but I only get a blank page. I have a white or black. So in those cases where you get like a problem or an error, I would just screenshot the problem, paste that screenshot back into Google Anti-Gravity or AI Studio and say, fix this, right? Or why is this only showing a blank page? And then from there, just iterate until you get the results. VoiceCo says, the cool thing about anti-gravity is that you can use your Chrome browser to make research. That's pretty cool. VoiceCo is going to sleep. Have a nice stream. Thank you very much, sir. Is anti-gravity output hosted on GitHub? I think you can connect it to GitHub if you want to. Spoiler says, I'll need to rewind. Welcome to. Replays inside the AI Profit Boardroom if you want to get access to this, peeps. We're putting all the notes from today inside the AI Profit Boardroom. So if you go to the Gemini notebook section here, you can see all the different notes, including a 30-day action plan on how to use this stuff as well. Actually, you know what I'm intrigued to see now? How many views the NotebookLM infographic just got? So if we have a look here, yeah, it's already got 2 favorites, 1 bookmark, like people are actually interacting with the infographic that we created. So this stuff is not just like AI slop that you're producing en masse, like it's actually really cool. Right? Milo is asking about a new community. So if you want to join a community and talk to people and that sort of thing, just join the AI Profit Boardroom, right? The whole goal for everyone here is to really scale their business and learn about AI, right? And we've actually got Black Friday deal on now. So if you sign up now, and obviously it's only for Black Friday, so there's just a few hours left on this deal. But if you sign up for the AI Profit Boardroom now, then you'll lock in 40% off forever, right? So you'll lock in a 40% off discount price And you can sign up either monthly or annually. And inside that, you'll get the community, you get the classroom, you get 4 coaching calls a week, and basically everything you need to succeed with AI, right? If you like the trainings that I do on YouTube, you'll love the trainings inside the AI Profit Boardroom. And also all the notes from today go inside the classroom, along with all of my best systems here. So if you want to learn about AI, if you want to learn my best systems, etc., it's all inside the AI Profit Boardroom. I think it's the only AI community that actually updates every single day. So you can see we had new trainings here, new video trainings every single day with the date as well. So November 26th, 27th, 29th, etc. Like tons of new trainings just from this week. And we're just improving it all the time, right? Thinker Access says, I'm joining to AI Profit Boardroom this evening. That'll be awesome. And thanks so much for joining. Again, we have that Black Friday deal that's going to end today. So make sure you sign up today. Muller says, Google always work better if you're an Ultra member. That's what I noticed. 100% you're going to get better results inside Google, any sort of Google product if you're using the premium version, right? That's what it's designed for. But if you're just like a lightweight user or you just want to test the waters out with this sort of stuff, then just use the basic versions like you can see with AI Studio, for example. I don't think AI Studio cares whether you're on the Ultra plan or not. It just codes out whatever, right? And you can see how easy it is. So that's basically how this works step by step and how you can use it. Now, you've seen how easy this is today, right? And the thing that I would say is that some people are going to have some certain limiting beliefs that are holding them back, right? So some people are going to say, I'm not technical enough. But the thing that I would say is neither am I, right? I don't code that much, right? I'm not a coder. I think I scraped through maths at school with a C. So I'm not like the most qualified person in the world to be using this. But these tools are designed for people who can speak plain English, right? You just describe what you want and the AI figures out how to do it. And Google literally calls it like vibe coding now. So you can vibe with the AI and build things, right? Also, some people are going to say there's many tools, but I don't know which ones to use. And that's why I'd recommend picking 3, right? You pick 3, not 30. 3, master those, ignore everything else. NotebookLM, Perplexity, Gemini, that's all you need. That's your stack. Other people are going to say, I tried AI before and it didn't work for me. And that's probably because you were using it wrong, right? Most people ask AI bad questions and get bad answers. And then they blame the tool. But the prompts I'm sharing today change that. Because if you're really specific about what you want, for example, like this infographic tool, or if you go back here and we have a look at the apps, we even built like thumbnail generators like this, and you can just add an API key and start using this. You can see, for example, if we go back to my apps as well, we have a Nano Banana thumbnails generator. All this stuff is very easy to use. You literally just describe it. If you want to see what I did to build this amazing tool that basically takes a thumbnail example, the text I want to talk about, and also the avatar to generate a thumbnail, then all I said was create a thumbnail designer for my AI avatar. That was it. You can see the prompt right here. This is the history of the chat. So pretty simple and easy to do this stuff. All right. So let's take an example and I'll show you how this tool works, right? This is pretty amazing as well. So we can take an image from my website like this, download that, go back to AI Studio with this tool. And by the way, this is inside the AI Profit Boardroom if you want to get access to this tool itself. Then you can plug in the thumbnail that you like, for example, like this one. And then inside the thumbnail, we can say, okay, shot person talking about Google Gemini 3, right? Then we can generate the thumbnail and that will design the thumbnail based on our avatar image and our thumbnail over here, right? And then it's going to generate the image itself over here, right? Thinker Access says short form content. So Muller and Thinker basically thinking about joining as well, the AI Profit Boardroom. So again, like you want to join today because we got that Black Friday deal on, that the deal will never be shown again for the Black Friday. So you want to get that right now, I think, because prices will go up next week, actually. So you want to make sure that you sign up now before you miss out. All right. And then I'm pretty sure we had a question about, oh no, I've already covered that on the images. Let me know if you have any questions about it or you want to know something about the AI Profit Boardroom first before you join. But yeah, you can see this image, we can download that thumbnail, and then we're good to go on this. And we've got a thumbnail generated in literally one click, as you can see, pretty simple and easy. And it's created an AI version of me, right? So that's the avatar version, that's the text, and it's improvised that based on the avatar and the thumbnail and the text right here. So you just put in the topic and the thumbnail and everything else. So you can see how this works. Now, some people are going to say, I don't have time to learn tools, but I would say you don't have time not to learn them. Every hour that you spend doing manual research, answering emails, creating content is an hour you could save, right? And 1 hour of learning could save you hundreds of hours this year. This is one of the things. And also, people say AI makes things up, but that's why NotebookLM is so powerful, because it only answers based on the documents you give it. So there's no hallucinations, there's no made up facts. Perplexity will show you exactly where every answer comes from with links to the sources. I'll come on to Perplexity in a second. I think it says, is AI Profit Boardroom covered content creation, automation for Instagram short form content? It is indeed. So if you go to the AI Profit Boardroom over here, then you're going to go to Classroom at the top, right? From Classroom, you're going to go to the playbook. And inside the playbook, we've got 2 sections on short form content. Number 1 is how we create shorts for my YouTube channel. And you can see we've got a full video tutorial plus an SOP for editing the shorts and how we create them. And then also we have the Instagram automation, right? So when you post reels and you post shorts to your channel on Instagram, then you can start using that to generate leads. And I'll show you a ManyChat automation plus how to use ManyChat right here, right? So all the training that you need to create avatar videos, shorts, and generate leads from Instagram, we have inside the training right here, right? And that's all inside the AI Profit Boardroom. So it covers all of that for you. And if you're wondering, okay, does AI short form actually work on YouTube? So if we go to my shorts here, this is something that may scare you. It scares me anyway, which is, look at this, right? So these 6 shorts here, they're all AI generated, right? So these are all avatar videos. So for example, if I click this open, this
AI
video that literally creates full, that's no code.
You type a simple
And
prompt.
send form data. Here's the crazy thing. This video is a human version of me, right? So you can see here. Google Nano Banana Pro is breaking the internet. Google just dropped Nano Banana. Now, here's the crazy thing. Look at the view count and look how many views the AI avatar video got versus the human short, right? So 1.9 versus 11, 2.3 versus 5, 9K versus 16K views. This AI avatar video got 13K views versus 7.4, right? This one got 10K views, the AI avatar video, versus this one that got 3.9, right? My point is that literally every single time I create a human short, it gets beaten and is outperformed directly by the human version, right? And so AI beats me, not once, not twice, not every other day, every single time, right? I literally can't outperform my own AI avatar shorts. And so if you want to learn the system for doing that, then inside the AI Profit Boardroom, you just go to the classroom here and you go to the playbook. And inside the playbook, we have a full system on how to generate shorts with AI, right? And you can use these same processes that get better results than my human shorts. And you save time, you can give it to the team, they can follow the SOP and you're good to go from there, right? That's how it works. Now, if you go to the SOP updates, let's go back here and we'll keep talking through the notes. But yeah, that's basically how it works. So what else we got here? Maybury says, so you get a prompt first and paste your prompt into the message box on Google AI Studio for complex build like a SaaS stack, or do you spell everything out and describe it the way you want? So it's up to you, right? Here's the way that I really like it, right? So for example, if you go on to, by the way, this is a redesign page, which looks a lot nicer than the original. Look at that, it looks way nicer. This is a redesign page where we screenshotted earlier the image from my existing page, and then we plugged in the prompt, right? And look at this, right? So we've got the screenshot of the original page, the prompt, and AI Studio designed a much better page, as you can see right here, right? It looks way nicer. And that would probably convert better, to be honest. I should test that out. So do you get a prompt first and paste? Yeah, I'm going to show you how to do this. So if you go onto ChatGPT, I'm going to use ChatGPT because it's the most personalized for me right now. I could do it on Claude, to be fair. I could go onto Claude as well. But whatever tool you use the most, use this to help you because it will save you time, right? So you can say, okay, give me 5 ideas for a SaaS tool to build that I would use daily and find useful, right? I'm going to say for a simple SaaS, then give me the prompts to plug into Google AI Studio to build it. And that will start giving me the ideas. And not just that, it will actually give me the prompt as well. So for example, here it's coming up with the ideas. And then after that, it's going to give me the prompts to use inside AI Studio. So you can see, for example, we've got the prompt right there. Boom. So you just say, build a simple web application for insert chosen idea. And we've got 5 ideas at the top here. And then we're good to go. So let me show you how that works, right? So if we take this information like so, then we're going to go to aistudio.google.com. We're going to plug in the idea like this. We're going to go back to Claude, grab the idea that we want to use. So I'm going to use a constraint solver diary, right? Copy that. Then we're going to go back to AI Studio. And by the way, constraint solving is something that I use for growing my business. And Basically, it helps me identify, okay, what's the biggest constraint that's holding me back? And so I can take that idea like this, hit build, and that will start building out the SaaS for us right there, right? And that's how I would do it in the fastest, simplest way. You can also list the core features that you want as well. But basically, we can build a simple SaaS. And also, you can see inside the prompt, it says, build this as a single HTML file. That's because it'll be very simple if we build it as a single HTML, right? So yeah, that's what I'd recommend. What else we got here? Is it generally a good idea to join? There's a lot of solopreneurs. Is it generally a good idea before or after you're in the green? Right now, I'm involved in e-commerce and book publishing, but I haven't reached a point. Okay, so what I'd recommend for that is that if you want to learn how to do things the right way from scratch, then join the AI Profit Boardroom. And bear in mind, like, you can test this out, and if you don't like it, we'll high five you on the way out with our refund guarantee. So if you sign up inside here, you can see we have a 7-day no questions asked refund policy. So you can sign up to the AI Profit Boardroom. If you don't like it, no problem. We'll give you a refund and say thanks for joining. But either way, if you sign up today, then you get the Black Friday deal as well. Plus, you learn all the stuff from the start. AI already took over. Absolutely, it did. Let's go back to AI Studio and see what we're getting back here. Do you cover how to create videos with all the background assets, SFX, sounds, transitions, also what the tools you're using for this? Yeah, so if you go back to the AI Profit Boardroom here, go to the classroom, playbook, and then you scroll down to the AI avatar videos. We have a full step-by-step process here that shows you how to do it. And we have a video tutorial, right? So it's all inside the AI Profit Boardroom. You can check it out. And then also, if you want to learn the tools that we use, we cover it inside this section here. And also, if you go to, where is it now? Let me find this for you. How to automate screencasts and tutorials, right? Then you've got a full step-by-step operating procedure on exactly how we sync everything, right? Now, we don't really use sound effects inside our videos, to be honest. I think they distract from the videos. But you can see that we've got the full step-by-step process here on how to automate screencasts and tutorials, plus the tools that we use, right? And if you want to go really deep on the tools that we use, then you can scroll down inside the classroom and go to the YouTube AI section here. And inside the YouTube AI roadmap, we have a 6-week roadmap on how to start building your channel based on what's worked for me. So everything that I've worked is working really well, all right? Yeah, and so if you want to learn the workflow for using this stuff and how to create it, and you want to know quickly how long it takes and everything, just check out the trainings inside the AI Profit Boardroom, go to the playbook, and then, for example, if you're like, okay, I want to create shorts, you can learn how to do it in 3 minutes, right? And you can see the step-by-step process for editing shorts right there. So if you want to learn the workflows, it's all inside the AI Profit Boardroom. Alston Chung says, my membership for the AI Profit Boardroom will finish in 2026. Should I subscribe for the 40% Black Friday deal? I would say no need, but yeah, no, I think you need to. But if you DM me, Alston, I can get you a lifetime deal inside the AI Profit Boardroom. But I think, honestly, I don't think you need to upgrade anything. I think you're good to go, man. And I think you're ready until April 2026. You don't need to do anything else. Mulo says, but the people in the boardroom are in the green. There's many different people there. The common avatar that I see is like solopreneurs and entrepreneurs running an online business. So it's people like us who are running an online business, probably not a big team. Some people are just starting out from scratch. Some people are just there to learn. Some people have full-time jobs and just want to learn AI automation and learn from this community as well. It has so much information in there and so much great coaching. You're going to save a lot of time, even if you're learning how to grow a business. And this is a great place to start. Yeah, it's good to go. So that's basically how the AI Profit Boardroom works and everything you do. Let's go back to AI Studio and see what we got. So we got the past constraints here, and then you can start logging your entries. You can add a new entry here. So for example, title, category, the bottleneck, actions, outcome, and extra notes. And then we can save that entry right there, right? So you can see how the SaaS tool was created. Cut the check. It says insane. I would agree with you there, mate. It is insane. It is insane, right? Pretty wild what you can do with this stuff and how powerful it is. So you can see how I've built multiple different SaaS tools on this particular live stream, just on the go whilst I'm talking to you. Like, I'm not even paying attention, right? What else we got here? So some people are going to say, okay, I don't know how to apply this to my specific business. So that's exactly what I cover in the AI Profit Boardroom. We do live calls. We look at your specific situation. We build automations together. It's not generic advice. It's hands-on help for your business, right? So if you go to the AI Profit Boardroom and you go in the community, you can ask questions about your specific situation, and you've got 1,800 members who can help you, right? So for example, here, people introducing themselves. Joe's just joined. Welcome, Joe. Could smash a like on that. And for example, like Darren was asking some questions. Actually maxed out NotebookLM, which is pretty insane, right? So you can see here, like, there's a lot of interaction, a lot of people sharing and asking questions, posting great stuff inside here. So yes, it's a great place to get personalized help and support whenever you need it. Some people as well say, I'm worried AI will make my business feel less personal, but AI just handles the boring stuff, right? The admin, the research, the repetitive tasks. And that frees you up to do more of the human stuff. For example, the reason that I can do live streams every day and create such an amazing community inside the AI Profit Boardroom is simply because I have so much time. Why do I have time? Because I've automated everything that I needed to, all the repetitive, boring stuff, right? So for example, the creative work, the relationships, the things only people like you can do, right? Also, some people will say everyone's talking about AI, but by the time I learn it, it will be too late. But most people are talking about AI, but not using it. So the people who take action now will have a massive advantage. And so learning these free tools puts you ahead of 99% of website owners and business owners, right? So we've covered NotebookLM, we've covered Google Gemini as well. I've shown you all the cool stuff you can do with these. What's next? So the next thing that you can do is you can start using Perplexity Comet, right? Comet is a browser that basically does automations for you. It's really cool. And you can basically say, okay, summarize this article, summarize this video, or give me ideas about this, or mention that, blah, 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 right? And so you can see all these different things that it can do. And it's actually free to use and download. So for example, I'm going to open up Comet and I'll show you exactly how it works step by step. I also want to show you what anti-gravity came back with as well a second ago, because we were coding with anti-gravity a second ago. Maybury says, thank you, I was pasting prompt in the message box once I describe my idea. All right, let's go back to anti-gravity. Where is it now? There we go. So we've got the website project that we were creating, right? So I'm going to say, okay, can you preview this? Oh, it's still coding out. You can see it's still coding out over there. So that might take a little while to do, to be fair. I'm actually going to close that for now, just so I don't slow my laptop down, because I'm on a Mac Mini. I have limited storage. But yeah, Max says, what are some of the big wins from your members? Would love to see how people are using your systems to level up. Okay, so if you go on to some of our big wins, you want to see how people are winning inside the AI Profit Boardroom. Let me show you some examples. All right, so we actually have this testimonial document that has over 100 pages of testimonials from winners inside the AI Profit Boardroom, right? So you can see 99 pages of testimonials right here, right? So for example, Paris was saying like, how good is NotebookLM? And she says, she's a member of the AI Profit Boardroom. Paris says, when I wake up, I see what gold you've dropped into my AI stack the very next morning, and just says, thanks so much, right? And it said, Julian has kept us on the cutting edge, what you just shared in the YouTube video, how Notebook works, etc., and how good it is, right? And says, I still get daily blown away with what I can create now. I literally skip around the park, walking my dog on a cold winter's morning, listening to AI's YouTube, right? So you listen to my YouTube, feeling so excited about what I'll do. Julian, thank you. So you can see how like we're helping people inside the community. What else we got here? Steve Light was giving us a shout out here. Some massive wins, as you can see, right? Big win for Steve right there. What else we got? We got Justin. Justin says, hey Jen, avatar is amazing. It made my digital twin. If you haven't gone through Julian's trainings on this, I highly recommend it. And then he's shared some examples right there. So these are all screenshots from AI Profit Boardroom members. Ross said, thank you. I just wanted to express my gratitude to Julian and the team. I was like a lost puppy in the wilderness, walking around in circles, not knowing which AI tool to use. Then came along this community, crazy amount of information. Thank you so much. Eric said, just coded my first iOS app with AI. Got to give a huge shout out to Julian Goldie and the AI Profit Boardroom. The community has helped me there so much along the way. I literally went from very basic usage of ChatGPT, asking random questions or researching topics, to being able to make automations for NA10. And now I've got an app that I'm planning to launch in the App Store, right? So you can see how powerful this is, how people are just getting insane results. Dion says, I just joined the community. Welcome on board. Great to see you here. Thinker Access says, is there any additional purchases? It depends what you're going to be doing, but there are free ways around pretty much everything, right? So if you don't want to sign up to any other tools or that sort of thing, we do show you free alternatives. Obviously, for stuff like video generation, you're probably going to need to pay for extra tools. But for most stuff, like you can do it for free, right? I show a lot of free alternatives on YouTube and also inside the AI Profit Boardroom too. So you can see here, this is another shout out from Ross. What else we got here? You see a testimony from Lakeisha here. Eric, winning in AI with the best community out there. Quinn, wow, I thought I understood AI automation until I joined the AI Profit Boardroom. Every week there are new systems, live calls, and people showing real results. If you're serious about learning and building with AI, this is where you should start, right? And so you can see this document, that was just like 10 pages. This document has 99 pages of testimonials like this, right? So you can see all these amazing testimonials from happy clients inside the AI Profit Boardroom, all the wins that we share, all the people getting great results. I've just designed this by talking to you on live streams every day, figuring out all the problems that you have, and then just solving them. You can see, like, for example, every single problem that people posted inside the comment section today, we've solved together. And that's what we're about inside the AI Profit Boardroom. It's just solving problems and fixing things and helping you grow your business, right? That's the main thing here. What else we got here? So Sportus, so I hope that covers your question, Max. What are some of the big wins? Sportus says, can you show where email to CRM to create email in the AI Profit Boardroom is? All right, so if you go to AI Profit Boardroom here, basically you can use the search bar as an archive, right? So if you type in email inside the search bar, you get all these different emails and email trainings that we use, right? If you want to learn how we build an email list and how we send emails, we have a 42-minute training here that shows you how to use Go High Level and the step-by-step operating procedure, not just for building your email list, but actually for using Go High Level to send them and everything else, right? So if you want to connect your CRM to school, or if you want to send emails with Go High Level and learn how to build an email list, all the training is right here for you. Sporter says, not sure how I feel about Comet and Neil. Yeah, fair enough. Diona says, I just joined the community. Welcome to see you here. That's amazing. Thank you so much for joining. All right. Sporter says, I make one website a day based on learning from Julian. That's pretty insane. I learned about 98.52%, which is very accurate, very detailed percentage there, so I respect that. I learned, about 98.52% of what I know about AI tools from Julian Goldie the GOAT. Thank you so much, Alice Sporters. You're a legend. I appreciate you showing up on the live streams and everything else and just being interactive with us. Really appreciate it. So we're going to come on to Perplexity next. We're not even starting on that. Alison says, I find Comet and anti-gravity have a lot of guardrails. Can you show us how to build browser-based and stagehand? That's not something that I specialize in, honestly. If you want something, I don't know. I've not tested those, but maybe it's something I'll look at in the future, or we'll create an avatar video about as well. Diana says, I created an ebook. We're not sure how to launch it. Do you have a course in that? So what I recommend, if you want to do if you want to learn how to promote an ebook and that sort of thing, go through the trainings here, because all these trainings you can apply to your ebook business, right? So for example, if you look at the way, I'm going to put up the whiteboard to help you here, right? So if you look at the way the email promotions go, right? Basically, stage one, you create the ebook, right? Which is what you've done. Happy days. Well done. And congrats to you for doing that. I actually have an audiobook business as well that I don't really touch anymore, but it just runs in the background. So you create the ebook. Stage two is marketing, right? Plus AI automation. And this is basically how you can market any business and get attention. Because, I'll put this inside the notes here, but basically more attention equals more customers, right? So how do you get more attention? You want to implement the systems from the AI Profit Boardroom. So for example, all my best systems for marketing, because I love this stuff, are inside here. So for example, if you post on X and then you create more content around your ebook on X with a link inside your bio, plus after each post, you have a funnel link that funnels traffic to the page where you have the ebook, then you will generate more attention, which equals more customers, right? So for example, if we have a look at this live stream where I'm talking about AI, you can see underneath we have the links to our funnels, right? And so if we have links to our funnels, we generate more attention and we generate more traffic, which equals more customers. So that's the way that I would look at it, right? Stage one, you create the ebook. Stage two, you're just going to use marketing and automation, right? And then stage three is you figure out what's working, eliminate the rest, double down on what's working, right? So for me, for example, I know that live streams work really well. And I know that YouTube videos work really well, right? Same with, for example, I know that X works really well for generating attention. And so I'm just going to focus on that, right? And so that's a 3-stage process. And then each time you create a new project, this kind of is like an iterative cycle, right? Where basically the next ebook that you create, you already know what's working. So you're going to do more automation. And then again, you're going to figure out, okay, what's working based on that. Eliminate the rest, double down on what's working, and just iterate on that process over and over again. So that's kind of like a flywheel effect where stage 3 feeds back into stage 1. And it's a positive feedback loop where you just get better and better at marketing and generate more attention. So there you go. And how do you implement those systems? Just follow those video tutorials inside AI Profit Boardroom, and then you'll learn everything you need to. Okay. Think Access says, I've seen your offer for multiple pages that have some bonuses, but not sure if I sign up, no matter where I joined, I'll get the bonuses stack. Yeah, if you want to get the bonus stacks, once you signed up inside the community here, right? You go to the Start Here page. Where is it now? Start Here, right? And inside the Start Here section, you'll see this post, right? And for the bonuses, you'll see the bonuses and deals section down here, right? Bonuses and deals here. And if you just click on that link, it will take you through to all the bonuses that we have available for you. So all the stacks, all the bonuses, etc., you can get directly inside there. Miller says, I create 12 to 13 ebooks, only get a few hundred reads. Yeah, so I would just try and get more attention, right? Matthew says, how do you stream on LinkedIn? I use StreamYard. StreamYard is what I use to stream on LinkedIn and across all my platforms. So I would highly recommend that. It's really powerful. And we're going to start getting into Comet, right? So we were talking about Comet browser and how it's free and easy to use. So let's start using this bad boy and start learning about this, all right? So I've got Comet open in the background, and we're just going to pull this up. So we've got the Comet browser here, and this is what you're going to see once you've launched Comet. And Comet is basically like an AI agent that can surf the web for you directly. Okay, so if you've never come across this, it's pretty simple and easy to use. As you can see, you can sign in, and then you can start using the assistant, right? So for example, if we go over to, let's just kick it off with a basic example like this. So we could say, okay, on this video, we're going to say summarize this video, right? And it's going to use the AI assistant to summarize it and give us the information that we need to learn. And then from here, we can start getting the outputs, right? So you can see how quick and easy that is. And basically what this does is it reads the transcript from the video we're watching and then uses that to summarize the video and give us outputs. So you can see here, for example, it tells us what Claude does, live landing page redesign demo, results, plan and offers, etc. Right? So you can use that basically here. Muller says the viral gods have not blessed me yet. So if you need some help on that, feel free to DM me inside the AI Profit Boardroom, and I'll take a look at the content you're creating, and then we can see if it's good enough to get you results. But yeah, like I'm happy to take a look at it and just give you some ideas, and we can bounce off some ideas on that directly inside here. So if we have a look at this, you can see some examples. This is a YouTube video. Then we've got the response right here. We could also say, okay, let's start a new tab. So we can open it up in a new tab and just expand the browser here. What we can also do is we could say, okay, go to Amazon and buy a fishbowl for me. All right. And you can see now the AI is navigating to Amazon. Again, I'm not touching this. So this is not me clicking on any buttons. It's just Perplexity going off and using the browser for us and starting to research and do things for us. And you can see now, if we're logged into Amazon, it can start doing this, right? So for example, we can actually log in as me and start using this. Or we can say, okay, search for fish bowls and just find me the available options. So let's do that. It gives us like a couple of ideas here. So if I was actually logged in, it could actually go off and just buy stuff for me, which is pretty crazy. It can do the shopping list for me. But you can see now it's like searching through the web, right? Searching through Amazon's website. Again, I'm not touching it. It's just going off, looking at the page, screenshotting it, figuring out, okay, what products have the best results, and then how can we use that? So like you can actually automate the shopping experience and then let it go off and buy an order and get stuff delivered to you. Or you can just use it for research and pick which one you want to buy manually. So you can see here, for example, on the right-hand side, we've got all these different products. And so like Perplexity as well is a super powerful tool when it's combined with Comet, right? Because this AI agent is just incredibly powerful. So we've covered NotebookLM, Gemini. We've covered Perplexity and how to use that as well. It really is just an amazing time to be learning and using AI. And I've never had so much fun doing this stuff, right? Now, what I've actually done is if you want to learn, okay, how do you implement this stuff, right? How do you start using it right now? How do you get results with this today? So I'm going to show you an example of what we can do. So if we pull this up, right, I've actually created a 30-day action plan for you to start learning this stuff. So you can see here, we've got a 30-day action plan on how you can start implementing right away. And what I would say is day one, that this is a 30-day action plan for using NotebookLM and everything. So week one is just going to be the foundation stage. So you can create an account for these tools. Perplexity, Notebook, and Gemini have free versions. Just check it out and see what you think. Day two, I'd recommend uploading your first 5 documents to NotebookLM. These could be like blog posts you've written, PDFs you've collected, YouTube videos about your industry. Just start building out your knowledge base. Day 3, you're going to ask NotebookLM 10 questions about your uploaded content. Get comfortable with how it pulls answers directly from your sources. Notice how it cites exactly where each answer came from, etc. And day 4, create your first audio overview in NotebookLM. Pick your best content, let it turn that into a podcast-style discussion. Listen to it, just see how it explains your own content back to you. And so this is a really actionable way to learn all these tools I've talked about today and actually start getting results with it. Day 5, do 10 searches in Perplexity, ask questions related to your business. Notice how it cites all sources and click through to verify it, right? Just get comfortable with how it works. And then connect Perplexity to your email and calendar using Spaces. This just lets you reference personal information in your searches. And then day 7, you're going to open up Gemini and have a 30-minute conversation. So ask it to help you brainstorm, ask it to help you write something, ask it to help you explain something, and just get a feel for how it responds. Week number 2 is really where you start integrating this stuff into your business for AI automation. So you're going to use Perplexity to research a topic, upload that research to NotebookLM, and just see how the two tools feed into each other. From there, you're going to create a mind map in NotebookLM from your research and use this to see connections which you might have missed. From there, you can use Gemini to write something based on your NotebookLM research. Maybe that's an email, social media post, or an outline, like I did with the infographic today. Then you're going to try the new deep research feature inside NotebookLM as well. So you can ask it to research something and add sources to you, right? And so literally from day 1 to day 30, you will be an expert at using all of these, right? Day 30, I'd like you to just share your results. So post inside the AI Profit Boardroom and just celebrate your progress, right? That's what we do inside the AI Profit Boardroom here. So we have a win section and you can post inside the community. Again, there's 1,800 builders inside the AI Profit Boardroom community that you connect with and you can start using. Is Perplexity and Claude better than ChatGPT? Yes, I would say so. I don't think I even need to think about that. I would say, like, genuinely, from what I've seen, Claude is really good for and powerful for coding. Perplexity is great for automating your browser. Honestly, if I had to choose between one or two, I mean, it depends what your use case is. If you're using research or you're trying to automate your browser, I would use Perplexity. If you are trying to just vibe code something out, you could use Claude. But the problem with vibe coding is, like, you're probably still going to get better results with Gemini, right? As we're showing you today, because you can build SaaS tools with that, you can deploy them, you can share them, etc. Right? Patrice says AI Profit Boardroom is the place to be. I appreciate it, man. Thanks, Patrice. That's super kind, and yeah, I really appreciate it. Build cool stuff all week long. That's what we're talking about. Yeah, I've shown you all the systems that you can use. I've shown you all the wins inside AI Profit Boardroom. I've shown you real members getting real results, etc. And I've shown you how all of this stuff works as well, right? So I hope you found this useful today. Mulo says, hey, I sent you a message to go through my content. I'll have a look after the live stream and we can take a look and just give you some pointers in terms of how you can improve, right? So thanks so much for DMing me and signing up today. I appreciate that. All right, so inside the classroom here, if you go to the updates, the Finger Access says AI Profit Boardroom just went from 1,700 members to 1,800 members. So big milestone. Appreciate everyone watching who's helped us get there. Really appreciate that. And bear in mind, like, every new member who joins makes the community better, right? So like each new member that joins is another person in the network, another person who can help each other, another person who can give advice, another person that we can share wins with. So I appreciate every single member who joins, and thanks so much everyone who's joined there and Profit Boardroom. Like, it's amazing. And I never knew it would take off like this when I started. So super kind. Appreciate everyone. All right, so before we wrap this up, everything I showed you today, NotebookLM setup, the Perplexity workflows, the Gemini automations, this is the stuff that I use every single day inside my business, right? But it's the thing, knowing about these tools is one thing, actually building these systems and making them work, that's something else. And that's why I've created the AI Profit Boardroom, okay? So the reason that I started this is, like, a few years ago, I was doing everything manually. Every email, every piece of content, every client follow-up, I was working like 12, 14, 16-hour days and still falling behind, right? If you actually if you chart my progress on YouTube, what you'll see is back in the day, before AI came out, we were only getting like a few hundred views per video, right? Back in the day, like some of them still only have 79 views. And then as soon as AI came out, that really helped to scale the business. And that really helped me free up my time, automate a lot of stuff, and just learn how to start implementing it, to the point where today we'll get 5K views in 24 hours, or for example, 9.5K views in 24 hours. And we get millions of views per month. And the reason that I'm showing you this stuff is not to boast, but to show you what's possible. All right. So when I discovered AI automation, pretty much everything changed. It wasn't easy. I've made every mistake that I possibly could do. And it's been pretty tough, to be honest with you. Like, it's been a pretty challenging rabbit hole. But yeah, I've made every mistake you can imagine. I've wasted time on tools that didn't work. I've built systems that broke. I felt lost and overwhelmed more times than I can count. And so my point here is that I've documented everything. What worked, what didn't, the exact prompts, the exact workflows, the exact automations. And I thought, what if I could save other people all of that struggle? What if I could just hand them the finished systems? And that's why I've built the AI Profit Boardroom. So when you sign up, you don't just get the community You don't just get all the trainings. You don't just get connected to 1,800 builders. You don't just get the 4 coaching calls per week. It's actually a lot more than that, right? So you get, number one, the AI avatar engine. And this is your 24/7 AI workforce. So it creates content, handles tasks, and delivers results whilst you sleep, right? I spent months building these systems, and they're basically yours to copy now. Spoiler says, given that you have high level, why did you, I'll come on to that in a second, actually, that'll be an interesting one to answer, right? You also get unlimited GPT requests. Every automation you want, we pretty much build for you. You don't need to figure out the technical stuff. Just tell us what you need and we build it. No coding, no guesswork. So for example, if you type in custom GPT here, inside the community, you'll see this custom GPT's request section here, and we'll just build stuff out. So every single post on this thread, we've actually built for people. So for example, Chris was like, I need a custom GPT for lead magnets. No problem, Chris. Here's a custom GPT. Here's a video notes about how to do it. And boom, there you go. Also, Chris was like, I need a LinkedIn post automator. And we're like, yeah, here you go, mate. That's how you do it. Matt was like, I need a custom GPT that writes YouTube descriptions and creates thumbnails on the fly. So we created a custom GPT for descriptions, and we showed how to do it with Gemini for the thumbnails, right? And so every single problem gets solved inside AI Profit Boardroom. That's what we're about, right? And so it's one of the best ways to just get automations built for you, as long as they're within reason, of course. What else we got here? You also get AI Profit Boardroom live daily access. So this is about people love most. Every day we do live calls, we do coaching, we do live streams like this. You show up, you ask questions, you get unstuck, you get coaching, you get answers, you get real momentum, and you're never alone, like wondering what to do next. And then you also get the Black Vault automation. So this is like my client closing engine. So if we go to the classroom, go to the agency course, you can see that we show you how to get high ticket clients, right? How to land clients for your AI agency or for your systems and that sort of thing. Thinker says, that's so cool. And we'll get in a few more questions, so I'll comment on those in a second. And right now, because it's Black Friday, you also get a bunch of other bonuses. So you get, for example, the content machine that we've built, the free school training on building communities, the Twitter AI system, the school empire system for growing your own communities, the Nomad blueprint as well for like basically building a business that gives you the freedom to live and work online. Right? You also get access to the SEO Elite Circle, which is another community we have. Right? If you never checked this out. This is the SEO Elite Circle, as you can see, and it's another community where you can connect with other SEOs who are getting customers from Google. And so you get all these systems, and you get it for the Black Friday deal, as you can see inside the AI Profit Boardroom here. So you go to the About section, you can see exactly what you get, all the stuff you get, and how it works, etc. So feel free to sign up. Again, that deal was only on for AI Profit Boardroom. But yeah, what's the tool stack? Members need to work through all the classroom lessons. For example, Perplexity today was free. NotebookLM, you can use the free tiers on all these tools, see if you like them, decide which ones you want to go ahead with. And if you're struggling, or if you're trying to find like a cheaper or a free way to get around stuff, just DM me inside there, Profit Boardroom, and I'll be happy to try and help you find something easier. Think access to that's so cool. Thank you very much. Sporter says, given that you have high level, why did you build a school community? I tend to find high levels community option is nowhere near as good as schools. And yeah, I also enjoyed entering the school games. Like I got to mastermind with Sam Ovens and Alex Hormozy earlier this week, which was pretty cool. So that was that was a week ago. That was Saturday last week in Los Angeles. We all got to mastermind together. Myself, Sam Ovens, Nate Herc, who you may know in the AI space as well, was there. So that was pretty amazing. And you wouldn't get that without winning the school games. How do you win the school games? You have to be on school. So yeah, it's one of those. And then Maybury says, would you say that it's better to build AI agents now instead of building workflows? I would do both. So AI workflows are what are going to run day to day. And then AI agents are really good for automating certain processes. But yeah, that's basically it. So Black Friday deal is on now. Make sure you sign up now before you miss out. Obviously, Black Friday is ending today. So make sure you sign up before you miss the Black Friday deal. And I hope to see you all inside the AI Profit Boardroom. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, peeps. Bye-bye.